Alright, this video is for Seth. Seth, this is a Lincoln Town car. And we're just going to paint the top of the deck lid. Customer request. So you can see we got it back tape here on the back. And we'll burn this edge in. And on your mom's car, you'll be probably painting the whole deck lid, which I would advise. But some people got a different idea of what the car needs. So this has been 180 down, smoothed out with some 180. I'm going to blend into the quarter panels. This is an idea for your mom's car if you want to blend into the tops of the quarters, so you don't have a drastic difference between your deck lid and your quarter in appearance. I'm gonna back tape this down to the line here that you can see that the pinstripe, and this will leave little or no line at all. And as soon as I clear this, I'll pull this off, and then instead of stopping the stripe here, I'll continue the stripe all the way to the back. That's just a used car trick. If you don't want to paint the whole quarter. And I think on your mom's car you can blend that sill panel in all the way to the front, which would be the best thing to do. You just scuff it with a gray Scotch spray pad, and that way you don't have a blend edge, because it's sort of hard to blend old paint, so if your mom's car's got any age on it, the older the car, the harder it is to melt that solvent in. So just a little thought for you there. And you can see our lines right there. This is all back tape. And I sort of leaned up against this. That's why I'm pulling it back a little bit. So I've already mixed our sealer up. We'll get it in the gun. And I made your ground coat up for you today. I made you some purple ground coat. I had some black, and I put some purple pearl and some purple toner in there. So I gave you a pint of ground coat, so you'll have plenty of paint for your project. This is our sealer. We're using the 124 MP 124. This is the medium gray. I sent you the dark, so yours will be almost a flat black when you lay your sealer down. The sealer just depends on the color you're using, on what sealer that you use. So let me get you set up on the camera back here, and I'll go grab the paint gun. And I'll knock this deck lid out. I'll make a quick 20-minute video here for you. So, yeah. So hang in there, guys. Might be a long one. The guys here at the building rattle, I don't know what they're getting ready to bomb, but man, they are lighting the forest up. I don't know. If you guys live in this area and you feel your garage door shaking, you'll know what I'm talking about. So let me go grab the sealer, and I'll be right back. had to use this GTI yesterday to clear that silver hood, and I came in this morning and that shit was running off of it. So I got to sand that with a razor blade and make that go away. That was fun. I think I got my Secola working again. We'll see here in a little bit. I had a little tiny piece of trash in that thing, man. Those things are very sensitive to the dirt. So again, I had Seth ask me if 1 millimeter would make a difference on the fluid tip, and this is a 1.5 where the Secola is a 1.4, and it was the difference between no runs and runs. So we're just going to put 2 wet coats on this, maybe 1. There you go, that's 1 coat. See, we're not really hammering the sealer down, we're just lightly putting it on, keeping a wet edge. Now remember that this isn't going to be sanded now, so we want to get it on as smooth as possible. You know, this sealer, you can see, lays down with a pretty good sheen. And you never want to put more than 2 coats of this sealer. The only time that I'll go right from the 180 to the sealer is if I have no Bondo or anything. And I don't have a lot of bare metal showing through. If you got a lot of bare metal, you might want to prime it, you know. You can pick you a can of etch primer up from your local Napa or parts store there, and just lightly etch bomb the metal spots if you got bare steel. You know, I don't like to use the spray bomb in anything bigger than your hand, so, you know, just for little edges and stuff, it's okay. So. Should be fine, and I hope you have fun with your project. I didn't get to Skype with the guys last night. Apparently Greg doesn't have Skype, and I fell asleep before I got to talk to Tom, and they were asking me an etch primer question. Guys that use the aircraft stripper, they wanted to know if it, maybe they had better luck with not using etch prime because it didn't take the factory E-coat off, and that's a very good observation. And you're probably pretty correct in that statement. And the other statement, you know, or the other thing to watch for in those videos is vinegar is sort of an etch, and when you wash the steel with vinegar, you're sort of etching the metal when you're cleaning it. So that's another little tip. So it's a form of etch, and it has a chemical process with the steel. That's why it cleans the metal. So that could be considered as a form of etch. You guys that have done stud gun work, if you ever sanded the panel down with maybe like 80 grit, you know, and you think that it looks like bare steel, and you got to put the stud gun up there and it won't weld, that's the factory chromate. It looks like steel. GM uses it, Ford has it on their metal, and until you compromise that surface, there's really no need to re-etch the metal, because you're just basically priming over the chromate area. Of course, anywhere you take a grinder or 36 grit too, you know that chromate's going to be taken away. That's why a lot of the guys prefer the aircraft stripper method. Leaves that chromate protection intact. The car won't rust as fast, and you can actually wash the car off with water to neutralize the paint stripper and not have the car rust. You hit a car with a hose after you DA it down with 80 grit and make it bare steel, it'd be a totally different story. You'd have a mess on your hands. So that's one good point that you guys came up with there. It'd be a possibility. The other is that it, when I tell you to do something, you know, it's pretty much right out of that book. Yeah, I've put epoxy down without using etch primer before. and I've had good results with it, and I've had it fail on me too. So I always just take that extra step of insurance just so I'm covered if something goes wrong, and I have, you know, my warranty. I didn't skip the first process there in the book. They recommend it, it's in the footnotes, so I probably always use it just to keep the warranty in place. Do you have to use it? Probably not. Some circumstances, definitely. So it's just personal preference is what it comes back to, and for the $30 or $40 that you save, it's really not worth it to not sleep over it, you know. Another thing is, it does say right in the manual there. Now this is pretty interesting to me, because this is a mistake that I made that Pete pointed out, and actually sell the stuff. So I talked to my rep, and he had told me that there was no induction time, that wasn't an issue unless you're using the slow catalyst. And if you guys ever used PPG and you were familiar with it, they had an induction time of 30 minutes with the 401 catalyst, and the 402 catalyst didn't require it. It was the fast catalyst. I did read the book, and you know, after Pete mentioned that it needed to sit for 30 minutes, I went and read the footnotes, and it's right there, just like he said, you know, induction time, 30 minutes. So that's another thing to do. Don't skip that process, because it lets the hardener and the primer meet together and you know, become one with each other. It's sort of like when you mix a potato salad up, you know, you stick the spoon in it right after you mix all the stuff up, it doesn't really taste like potato salad. You know, you let it sit, and voila, you got potato salad. So there might be something to that induction time thing, for sure, or it wouldn't be in the book. I've noticed that when you let it sit in the cup, it does get stickier, so that might be the key to get it to stick to bare steel and whatever you put it on. So that was something that I did notice, and I did take note, you know, of, and went and checked the manual, and he was definitely right on that one. So okay, we let this flash off. We're going to go ahead and put one more coat up there. Alrighty then, 13 minutes, boy. This is gonna be a long one, guys. Let's go mix some paint up. So there we go. Get my paint. We're spraying BQ. This is a gold. It's just not a friendly color, but I think we'll be good. There you go, Seth. As far as the amounts go, that was a town car deck lid that we just did. And I don't know if your box is going to be packed when I get home or not, or shipped, but if it's not, I will put some mixing cups in it for you. And I advise you use these mixing cups. If your box did get shipped and you didn't get some of these, run down and get you a couple of these cups. They're $1 or so a piece, and it gives you the exact measurement. It has several different columns. The sealer is the 4-to-1 column, and I wanted to tell you that I just poured quite a bit back into my waste cup there, and I could have got away mixing to the 2 for that deck lid. So you could probably do a roof and a deck lid mixed to the 3. So don't mix too much sealer up, so I'm trying to tell you here. It goes further than you think. shit clean. I've had nothing but gun trouble the last 2 days, and should not being like Tommy's shoe. So. Alrighty then. Musty, I was watching your video this morning on your propane deal. You need one of those propane tanks? If you need one of those tanks and you think they're the same in a Westie, let me know. I can go down the scooters and maybe score you one. I didn't know if you were looking to get a propane tank or something, or what the deal was. I noticed that you were worried about buying one on eBay. So let me know if I can help you out with that. And then I thought your dad needed some paint work or something done on his car, and I've never heard from you on that. So, let me know if you still need something done there, bud. I'll be glad to take care of that for you. This is a 1 to 1.5 mixture, and I usually just go 1 to 1 just so it covers faster. You can definitely thin it out 1 and 1.5, and you won't have a problem. I just I'm all about getting it done quicker, so that's why I do it that way. I'm gonna hold it down over there. A lot of noise. Shaky cam. So we see that's popping off there. We're at 19 minutes. Boy, this is going to be a long one, Seth. You'll be the only one watching this one. They hate the long ones on my channel too. But you know, I've done a couple of these. You can probably even look back through my videos and find an Intrepid or two, which is more like your mom's car. But I figured I'd go ahead and throw this one down for you, so you could check it out. You don't have to dig through the videos. So, sorry about the long video, guys. Let me go grab my mask. We got hose issues with my fresh air system. Tommy Shoe, I want to thank you for turning me on to the van guy yesterday. I don't remember his name exactly yet, but I watched his videos on the sandpaper and the DA stuff. Very interesting, very informative. Real good addition to the YouTube garage. Now we got two neat freaks. We got Tommy and this guy making us all look bad, so I'm gonna have to clean my act up, I guess. So cool stuff though, really interesting. Watched the whole video all the way through. Another 20-minute video that I didn't mind watching. And a lot of good stuff, man. The video's going to show us some stuff on the buffing for sure. Probably the painting too. Good stuff. A couple new channels out there, pretty good, you know. Guys getting their lighting and stuff straightened out, but there's a couple guys making videos now. That's cool. And saw a guy asking Harley questions the other day. Sure, Just Hog and help him out. And so all kinds of projects, cool. All right, let's throw some base on this. It's been a while. I've been trying to wait a little longer, you know. My first coat. I don't hammer the base on. You know, you want to take your time, drop it on there a little at a time. Don't get in a rush, especially with a dark color. It'll fisheye on you. So, you know, take your time. Make sure your area you're working is heated up above 60 degrees, so you can get your flash times. And you know, just don't be in a hurry, man, and you're gonna do just fine. Gold's one of those colors you just can't really rush too fast, you know. I see some guys really getting aggressive with the Basecoat and getting it real slicked out. I've never been a real fan of hammering the Basecoat on. Usually if you see fisheyes in the Basecoat, it's because you got it on too heavy. I'm running into with a couple of guys that were having fisheye issues with black, and eventually had to go over to their house and watch their technique, and they were hammering that stuff on like clear coat, and Basecoat doesn't like that too much for some reason. Once you get it covered, you can get more aggressive, but there's really no need for it. You're just trying to cover the panel with the color. You're not trying to fill any scratch or anything with the Basecoat or achieve any shine, so it's all about getting the metallic laid out right. So this will give my new video compactor a good workout. So you can see there 2 coats were covered. Gonna go ahead and clear that. I'll put one more drop coat over it. Be sure we're covered. And we'll go right to the clear coat next. So I'll probably go ahead and break this one off here and pick it back up on the clear, because the video will be way too long if I leave it running for both by the time I clean the gun and all that stuff, and definitely don't know how to edit yet. So so there's our base. We went over step by step. Hopefully you took something in there, and some of you guys will be going, oh no, that's not the way you do it. And for you guys, there's always different ways, and this is just the way that that I do it, and pretty much on a regular basis, and it works out pretty good. So I'm just trying to show my buddy how to do this. He's interested in doing this on his mom's car, so I made this little video for him. So sure, the 2 thumbs down guys will be giving me the thumbs down, but Seth, it's basically for you, buddy. So there you go. That's the base part. I'll turn you back on for the clear.